Here we go. Hi, welcome to the See Saw Project. I'm Chris Dahlquist, a Kansas City-based visual artist working in photography. I make quiet images that look a little something like this. But this year, with all of my shows canceled, I began collaborating with 2 other working artists and a couple of my closest friends to connect with one another, with other artists around the country and art lovers like you. And we built the See Saw Project. We're super glad you're here, and I'd love to introduce you to my co-hosts. Let's start with Kina Crow, and she'll tell us what we've got up for tonight's episode.
Hi, Chris.
Hi,
I'm Kina Crow. I am a what am I? I'm a chubby little white woman and a mixed media artist and ceramic sculptor from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And I am going to tell you about tonight's episode. First of all, we have the amazing Beth Bojarski, who is our other host, made the most incredible video. We got a sneak peek of it, but you're going to love it. It's absolutely hysterical. We have a episode, not an episode, but a segment called See Saw Surfs the Web, where we have discovered some really amazing videos, and Tom Haney has allowed us to share his. So we're going to do that. And we've got 3 more shout out artists to introduce you to. So let's move on with the show. Oh, one thing I forgot. We also have a new segment, which is a cocktail pairing. And our really good friend, Steph Keelan, has made a recipe, and if you didn't see it on Facebook, we're going to show you a little video, and she'll show you how to make it, so you could go make a cocktail and have a cocktail with us. Hey, Maxie. Oops, I forgot to introduce my son, Max. He's our producer. Can you show Steph's video, and everybody can see how to make a cocktail?
Hi, I'm Steph Keelan, and this is the See Saw Project's cocktail pairing. This week, in honor of Beth Bojarski and her initials and her niftiness, we're going to make a bee's knees. So for the bee's knees, you need 2 ounces of gin, your favorite gin, whatever gin you got around, 3/4 ounce of lemon juice, and a 1/2 ounce of honey syrup. To make the honey syrup, you put equal amounts of honey and water in a little saucepan, and you put it over medium heat for a few minutes, and you just let it warm up until everything sort of blends together and makes a nice little syrup. You can keep leftovers in a little jar in the fridge for up to 2 weeks for the next time you want to make this cocktail. This drink also works non-alcoholic if you add the lemon juice and honey syrup to a nice bit of seltzer water. So we are going to dump the gin and the lemon juice and the honey syrup over some ice. And then we do a little hacha, and a little more hacha. And pour all of that loveliness into a cute little glass. And then we say cheers to my favorite sweet little honeybee.
And look at that.
That's service.
It's through the magic of
Hello, Beth.
I've got my cocktail. Thank you, Steph. Hi, Kina. Hi, Chris.
Hi, Beth.
And hi, everyone. Thank you for joining. Yes, I am Beth Bojarski here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I am an oil painter. And Max, can you show what my work? That's my work. That painting is living a happy life in Colorado. Thank you for joining us. I'm going to take 1 sip of this.
Take 2.
That's going to help me.
deserve it.
That's going to help me. Yes, thank you for joining us. A little housekeeping up front. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to See Saw Project on our YouTube channel by clicking on the red button below, or like our Facebook page. you will get updates on upcoming episodes as well as help us build our audience. We love hearing from you. If you have questions or comments during tonight's show, go to the comment section. We'll be checking in during the episode, and we hope to get to as many questions that you may post as time allows. With trusted helpers behind the scenes, artists that you see featured tonight in this episode, there's going to be links that are going to be posted to their websites in the comment section. So no need to scamper off. If you have a bad memory like I do and you think you're going to remember it, no need. You'll find them. You'll find the links, their names in the comment section. Kina, are we going to get a visual of Max? A little hey there, ho there?
Yeah. Sorry about that. That was my bad. There's Max.
Hi, Max. Thank you.
That's my kid. And now, if we could take just real quick to do some studio news. If anybody has some studio news, I've been working. That's my studio news. But I was wondering, Chris, do you have any studio news? What's up?
I do. Because the Plaza Art Fair, which is our Kansas City art fair that it kind of culminates the end of the season for a lot of us, has canceled. The Plaza District is looking to support local artists, and they've made their empty spaces on the plaza available. So I built an installation in the former Tesla store, and it will be there until October. So anyone that's in Kansas City, it's at 450 Nichols Road, and it will be there until October 5th. So love for you to stop by.
I love that they're good. Very
isn't that cool? And for those that aren't in town, maybe I'll post some photos on the Facebook page so they can see them.
That's a good idea. I'd like to see that. Busy in the studio, obviously, wrapping up my video for tonight, but from last episode with that featured Mark Winter, a favorite that night of the episode was Dolores Petunia Featherbottom, who found a happy home. She will be sitting in the center of a playground merry-go-round that kids push and then hop on and spin around. So she's going to be dancing in the center of the merry-go-round as her new location. So very happy that she found a home. Mark Winter Sculptures. There's a couple other ones to choose from if anyone's interested, but that was pretty fun. That was exciting.
That is some good news.
I know you were going to say something about Richard.
Yeah, I love that good news. I do have a bit of sad news. Our thoughts are with all of our artist pals in the West. You know, Kina and I would have been heading out of Oregon this week after Art in the Pearl. And our friend that we introduced you to last week, the painter Richard Harrington, I just heard this afternoon that he's been evacuated from his studio and his home as of about 4:00 this afternoon. So our thoughts are with Richard, sending out thoughts to Richard that he makes a safe return to his studio and all the other artists in the West.
Everybody out there. Right. I'm so sorry to hear all this.
Right.
Stay safe, everybody. Right. Stay safe. Evacuate.
Right. Our love to Richard. We'll update you. Hopefully, good news about him soon.
So, are we going to? We have some a question.
We do. One of my favorite sections is the questions where we answer a question from our audience, and then this week we're going to turn it around and ask them questions as well. So Max, can you give us this week's question? It's from our friend Heidi Pitre in Austin, Texas. Y'all met her last week in the shoutouts. She says, it saddens me that I sometimes spend more time on admin than on creating. Do you ladies have any secrets to surviving the business part of the work week? So, Beth, how about you?
Secrets. I just devote a very structured time of my day to do it. It's important. It's very important. So I kind of start my day off in the office, and try and get some of that off my plate and deal with that and make sure it has my attention, and then move on to studio time. Kina?
Well, I'm lucky enough to have a child, a grown adult child who works for me and does all that stuff for me. I mean, I supervise. I get up every morning really early and pretty much every day that I'm working and kind of organize stuff. And then we have a little powwow. But he has to take care of that stuff, especially the computer stuff for me, because I really struggle with that and I get super, super frustrated with it. But yeah, it's a huge, it's enormously important if you have a business, if you're a working artist, and you have to have that stuff taken care of. So it was really worth the 12 hours of labor. I will definitely say that. What about you, Chris? What's your scoop?
Well, so the perception is that I'm quite organized, but it's really because I'm not very organized that I've had to create lots of systems for myself. So I have lots and lots of checklists. I've got a bulletin board of checklists that after everything or when anything happens, here's the list of things that need to be done. So when we get home from a show, here's all the things we need to do. When we make a sale on the website, here's all the things we need to do. I'm also lucky that I do have help in the studio as well. So all of the systems and the checklists ensure that we can do some job sharing on the business side. Either one of us can grab it list and start doing it.
Yeah, and I've actually implemented some of those because of you, and it's really, really, really helpful. Really helpful.
Yeah.
It is. I've seen your board, and it's impressive, and it is very organized, and I'm sure it does help guide you through your day. That's for sure. It's all right.
It's just one less thing that I have to think about. I can just implement. I can spend my creative energy on other things besides trying to figure out what has to happen next.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, so thank you for that question. That was pretty awesome, Heidi. Miss you, and really nice to have seen you in as our shout outs, and thank you for shouting out an artist as well. But we did ask a question last week. We started a new thing, Ask a Collector. And so last week, I think we asked, yes, how are you currently bringing art into your life?
What happened?
Which I thought was pretty important because we need to do it.
We do.
And so, what were the answers? Oh, from Craig Joseph, I'm curating a virtual exhibit celebrating the 75th anniversary of George Orwell's Animal Farm. That is awesome. That's awesome.
That is awesome.
Hooray. Good job.
I'd love if he would give us some information on where we can see that exhibition when that goes up, because that sounds so fascinating.
I would love to see that. I hope it's going to be online too.
Yeah, maybe he can let us know.
Please let us know, please.
All right. Chuck Jenkins says, my garden, my camera. I'm a hairstylist. Perfect. I love spending time in my garden with my camera. So that's a great way to bring art into your life.
And you have a cute hairstyle. So
I need a hairstylist. What's
the next one? This is from Karen. How do we say this?
Divalbis.
Sorry. It says, we're bringing home the art of a friend. Thanks, Chris Dahlquist. Okay. Good for you. Awesome. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. So we got to see it in their home last week. It looks fantastic. They've got a new home and a nice new piece in their living room. So thanks to Karen and Brian for bringing some of my art into their life. And we've got one more.
One more question?
Yeah, from our friend Victoria Hemminghouse, who's in the UK, says, how am I bringing art into my life? Well, it's an unusual one. Some friends were moving back from living in Tokyo to London, so I asked them if they would bring a piece of art back with them in their shipping. I was lucky enough to buy a painting of Midori Yuda Okahana. I'll have to look that artist up. And they brought it back with them for me. Having a new piece of art in my life, supporting a real person is a soul-warming, spirit-nourishing transaction of love. I highly encourage it.
Thank you, Victoria. Thank you so much. Miss you.
Right. I do too. Another way to bring creative people into our lives is through podcasts. I know Kina does. I know I'm always listening in my studio. I love to get a heads up on new ones. We have one for you tonight to promote. It's the Big Cookie podcast. Annie Kala Herka and Danielle Anderson have created a podcast called The Big Cookie. It follows two artists and friends as they read through a self-help book called Calling in the One that advertises how to attract the love of your life in 7 weeks. Annie and Danielle open up and share a lot about their romantic, professional, and very personal experiences while reading the book. You can find more at the Big Cookie podcast. Which, is super fantastic idea. I certainly.
Did you bring enough to share with everyone?
That's a big cookie.
You know I love cookies.
Exactly.
Did you get some milk, honey?
Well, that's just it. I had my big cookie. And for a second, we're going to switch to drinking out of my favorite vessel here, which will bring us to the question for next week for everyone to answer. If you would be so kind, ask a collector. We're asking you, what is your favorite artist-made drinking vessel? Mine is a Nathan Falter. And I'm pretty sure, Kina, I've seen you with a couple of his.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I did. And mine right now that I have my BB's knees in is a ceramic artist from Amory, Wisconsin, Sarah Dudgeon. Sometimes I do cheat on her with a Nathan Falter. I have a few favorites, but she's near and dear to me. So I love this tumbler. I love it. It feels so good in my hand. What about you, Chris?
So mine depends on the time of day that I'm drinking.
Okay.
As to what I'm drinking out of. But right now I'm drinking out of a Meredith Host. So
that's so pretty.
Isn't it amazing? Oh,
yes.
There it is.
Love it.
I've got her coffee mugs and her tumblers, but she's a Kansas City-based ceramicist. And I drink coffee and now a BB's name.
I hope everybody has a cocktail or something to drink. It could, any kind of, it could be a faux cocktail. Doesn't matter. I'm really excited to let you see Beth's video. But first, we are going to show you what we found on See Saw Surfs the Web. And this is a video by kinetic sculptor Tom Haney. He was one of our shout-out artists a few weeks ago. And now, because he granted us permission to let us play his video, you get to see what his pieces really do. You're going to love this. You're going to love this. Maxie, can you play that?
from a beating heart, you settle for a lie, waiting on the loneliest night. There are colors all around, they are passing you by. Every moment soon to decide. Every longing that you will not feel. Every rising sun and every night. Sing here. I have seen with my eyes 100 orchards rise, growing tall from the seeds that you have sown. Will you look? Will you see? Will you follow me to the field where you gave your life? Filling out the pages every day that goes by. Everything you dream that you find. Seven years surrounds the day you made up your mind, waiting for the home that you hide. I have seen the world from...
Oh my God, right? How freaking amazing is
Right. The stills that we saw when he was a shout out artist were amazing, but then when you see him in action, it's just
And creating the video, the music video, what a beautiful,
It was
beautiful.
beautiful.
right.
I'm dying to know how he made those little lanterns. I mean, all of it. Like one is better than the next. And I follow him on Instagram, and I love seeing. He's really, really good about posting all of the fun stuff that he's working on. So I look forward to that every day.
Yeah.
Thank you, Tom. Thank you.
you.
That was
Thank
really
you.
great. I hope you guys enjoyed that.
And thanks to my helper here on my end, Kyle Dahlquist, he's putting the links in the chat right now. So we know Tom Haney's work is so wonderful, but at least watch our show first before you go watch. Don't go away yet.
You're not allowed. You have to watch.
Yeah.
Because now we have our
Yeah. So
More artists.
next up, we've got our shout out artists. So, we've got the shout out section that's for artists that we admire and are inspired by. We learn about new artists. We want you to learn about new artists. So let's look at this week's shout outs.
Hey y'all, I'm Heidi Pitre from Austin, Texas, and I'd like to give an artist shout out to Karen Woodward Garcia. Her work is super fun. Check it out.
Hi everybody, I'm Sally, and I'm here to introduce you to my good friends and great artists, Steve and Bonnie Harmston. If you like the outdoors, if you like nature, you're going to love their serigraph. Take a look.
Hello, I am Rachel Trout from Sager Braudis Gallery in Columbia, Missouri, and I am shouting out artist Kathy Liao, featured behind me in our September exhibit. Kathy is a Kansas City-based artist who explores daily ritual through the lens of the immigrant family. She brings her experience of longing, separation, and ritual to the forefront through her subject matter, but also her process. I love her work, and I highly recommend you check her out.
Wow. An embarrassment of riches. So many talented friends that we have, right?
That was so great. So Karen Woodward, she's a glass artist. I don't know if it's obvious that those are glass, but they also all have really funny titles. She is such a wit and such a talent, but I love the Harmstons. I love Kathy's work. It's so beautiful. Yeah. Thank you guys. Thank you. And
one of the things that I love about the way this segment is coming together and kind of a benefit of this new virtual world that we're living in is this mashup of people that we know from all over the country, from all different parts of our life. Because like Kina, Heidi shouted out to Karen, you just met Heidi.
Right.
Because she was one of our artists that was shouted out to, and she chose to shout out to an artist that you already knew.
Yeah.
And for me, in this episode is kind of my whole world coming together. Kathy, I work with Kathy and Artist Inc., and she's being exhibited right now at Sager Braudis, which is a gallery that I have exhibited with for almost 18 years now, and get to introduce them to my art festival family. It's like
it's really cool. It's like
my world's colliding.
It.
As it should be. As it should be.
Right. So I want to know in the comments how the people that are watching, how they connected with us, or how they know, if they know one of us, how they know what part of our lives or our worlds they're from. So put in the comments wherever it is you're watching. I want to know how you've intersected with us.
And then listen, you artists who were shout out artists, I'm sorry. I just want to say you guys send us a shout out. Shout somebody else out.
Right? Yeah. This is how this web gets bigger.
Exactly. We want more names. We want more names. It's simple as that. We want more names. We want you to just take 10, 15 seconds to give us that name. Tell us the name, your name, and where you are from, as well as the artist's name, where they are from, and their medium. We have information listed at the end of this video here, as well as links in the comment section of the episode on Facebook and YouTube. Doesn't take long. We just want to keep adding to that list of these artists that are just making us smile. I've checked every one of their websites out after because I didn't know a couple of them, and it's fantastic. And I love that I'm able to now follow them and watch them as well.
Well, now we get to watch something really fun, you guys. It's extra specially fun. Dun, da, da, da. I'm so excited to let you guys into Beth Bojarski's World and the Lincoln Tour Part 2.
Thank you for joining us tonight for quality programming on this local station. Operators are standing by. Enjoy tonight's show.
It's dawn in this city on a great lake. A new day has begun in the life of the oil painter. This oil painter. With the sun up for hours, she begins to stir. We get our first glimpse. With minimal steps, she migrates south to receive her morning nectar. Then it's off to a patch of comfort. The nectar begins to work. Time passes. Then suddenly, there's a flurry of activity. At the pace akin to the Galapagos tortoise, the painter moves. Off on a journey that will land her where she is most familiar. In her natural habitat. Here, the work begins, commanding a focus so brutal you need years of training to prepare. For hours, we sit and watch this ritual. It appears it's feeding time for the artist. Time is of the essence. She moves in on what is surely easy prey, a container of cottage cheese. Each second away from her nest is calculated and precious. She devours it as she contemplates the work ahead. She walks away, satisfied. Now is a perilous time for the painter, an introspection when a crude bend of a finger, curl of a lip, or glint in an eye can put the painting at risk of complete abandonment. But years of similar struggle has taught her. A stroke of the brush and the unwanted element is vanquished. The painting will live another day. After hours in the nest, she is done, for now. Back at home, returning to a second nest, we find ourselves back in a familiar pose. She must maintain this pace. The greatest challenges come from within her own society. As an artist, one key lesson learned is To get to the top, she must be a meticulous craftsman. Ah, dinner. The call to feast is made. Resembling traits of the meerkat, she's alerted to food in the area and scampers off to investigate. After feeding, it's back to work. As the day has shifted to night, there remains a few hours yet to create. It may seem quiet, but she's certainly not alone. Countless eyes keep watch as she imagines new worlds. And with that, this painter's day is complete. Time to rest. Time to dream. As we reflect on the remnants of her day, we are only beginning to understand the stories of these inhabitants. There remains many mysteries yet to be revealed. But what a beautiful world they inhabit. Welcome to the Lincoln Tour, Part 2. Let's meet the paintings. Glue Sniffer. How to lure in a friend. She sees the world through colorful balloons. So much love. Birds kept bringing her teeth. Trying to keep her head above water. Now they want me to juggle. Cloud hat. Ester. Tim. Daryl. let it rain. She saw red. Badass nerd hat. Wednesday nights at the Man Cave. This, my friends, is Beth Bojarski.
Hey, it's Beth. Thank you for taking that tour with me. I appreciate you tuning in and watching. All the work you saw in tonight's segment is available on bethbojarski.com. I hope you check it out. Thanks again. Good night.
Go to the website. Do not call. These don't even work.
They're not hooked up to anything.
There's no guts in these phones. I don't even know why they're here. There's no volunteers. Ring, ring. Hello. Get me someone. Just go to my website.
So brilliant. So brilliant.
And it's done.
Oh,
Wait, I can't stop laughing.
I know. It's good. Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
There's so, I mean,
Oh, there we go.
what a concept. What a concept. And I just saw, because we got to see this yesterday and I was just freaking out about how good it was because I'm up next. Thanks a lot, Beth. But then I just saw that you gave a credit to the cottage cheese.
We didn't have cottage cheese, and the market right one door down, two doors down. We thought no way they'd have cottage cheese, and they did. And he was so excited to hear that we were using it for a photo shoot. Mark was very excited. You've cottage cheese.
So yes, you are. You said in a previous episode that you're the funniest person you know, and I would absolutely agree. You're the funniest person I know. That is, and I got to do a little bit of bragging here because my husband commissioned a piece for me for my birthday last year from Beth, and it is like my prized possession. And she did this from a baby photo of mine, and she just knew how much I love profanity and cocktails. Was like, anyway.
Perfect
oh
mix,
my God.
Perfect mix.
So, where do we start? Where do we start?
To have the voice of Sir David Attenborough say glue sniffer.
I love glue sniffer.
I mean, just the second I heard that, I just went, "Oh, there we go."
So are these all available?
They are, in fact, during the video, the page got activated. So yes, everything is available on my website, conveniently under a page called "Available." So
You're so clear.
I hope that's clear. I hope
thinking.
Yes.
That is good thinking. So I know a place to start. So the title of your segment was the Lincoln Tour. So give us a little background on that. What's the Lincoln Tour?
So the Lincoln, it's a space that Mark and I found after many years of searching for a studio for myself, to give myself more space to do bigger pieces. As you saw in the video, that second nest that I go to is a small bedroom in my house that I've been painting in for 20 some years. And that's been my space. And so we did find this location, and it will be, and so you just saw it, you saw it in the beginning. There's a corner set up already for me. It's going to get insulated. We're in Wisconsin. We need some insulation and some walls and to get it right. But we're in the midst of remodeling. We're really excited about it. So you got a sense of the room. We can kind of put work up and have people here in the city, or whoever wants to come for a studio tour. We've now got a place that we can display our work and showcase it and invite people in and have a cocktail. And it's pretty exciting.
It's lovely. I would be so excited.
So toward the end of the video, the first part of the video, as the camera kind of goes back through the studio, there's a piece. One of the last pieces you see is that's a Little Lady Lincoln. We call the house Little Lady Lincoln, and she's her title is going to be "She Bore a Striking Resemblance to the 16th President," and so it's this girl she looks like him, but she's also got the beard. So anyone wondering what the heck is going on with that, she will be the honorary, the welcome to the studio painting that people get to see when they come in. So when that space is complete, will you keep your studio in the house? You know what? I will because I do paint. It's a lot of hours, and so I'll go there when Mark goes to his studio and do big stuff. And then when Mark comes home, then we'll both be here, and I'll be in the house. Otherwise, you'd never see me.
Right.
The reason I did the video the way I did is, that is, my day is to me, it seems very monotonous. And every time people ask me, what are you doing? It's always just, I'm painting. It just seems so I just thought, how do you take just such a simple idea and make it epic? And anyone who knows the Planet Earth series, you may think a simple ant is a simple ant crossing the floor, but when they get those cameras in there and when they tell the story, it's fascinating and you love it and it's epic. And I just thought, well, let's just take
we knew you weren't a simple ant.
But I love your meerkat impression.
Right?
Very good.
Yes.
I think there's a piece in that.
Exactly. The way it all came together, I was so happy with it. And Mark's been referring to and Mark does the double whistle means dinner time. And
is that a real thing?
He does that's exactly the call. He lets me know. I whistle. I give a single whistle back to let him know I heard him.
He just cooks for you all the time and gives you your coffee and stuff?
Well, I do have to get the coffee a lot, but Mark's the cook, and I'm very thankful for that. I wish I could. I can't. So that's my day, everybody. So
oh my God. So I do have a question because I do want to know, like, oh my God, so now they want me to juggle. Is that did I get the name of that piece right? So I've heard you say before that you just start with shapes of paint, but how do you come up with that from just starting with shapes of paint?
Oh, and that's such a great example of I document as well the paintings as they go along. So if you saw the earlier stages of that, it was going to be a person. I had the fluffy, puffy white stuff happening on my canvas. And so is it hair? Does it become clouds? Is it a
cloud hat too?
It became a dog. And then when it's a poodle, you knew it was the fluffed up poodle. And then it's just all of a sudden I put him in the outfit. And you just think this poodle's horrified. I don't want to be wearing this.
Hysterical.
And then they gave him balls. And then he realizes, oh, dear God, they want me to juggle with these balls. And he just has that moment on his face of, no, don't do this to me. But yes.
It's perfect for these times, right? It's like,
Right.
oh, now you want us to make videos. Now we need to make a TV show. It's not
Yeah.
enough that you're a painter, right?
I'm so glad we're doing this, because this is what I really, really, really miss, is like running to Beth's booth to see like what her new pieces are. And these are hysterical. So much love.
And so much love. Okay, so if you didn't catch it, there's a little
Octopus?
type. The whole painting was done almost, and I'm trying to get everybody in, and there was supposed to be an arm there, and I couldn't get the angle right. I'm putting one more arm in. It just wasn't right. And like everything, when I have a problem, when I struggle, my first thought is sit back and go, what is unexpected? Like I'm forcing something, and then I'll say, you know what? What's unexpected? What wouldn't be there? And then all of a sudden it's just like, oh my gosh. And then it gets finished in a second, just, oh, there it is.
It's so good. And it just tops it off.
And the frame was this big beat up frame that we found that was all damaged.
It's beautiful. I love that frame.
To save it and recut it and form it into a nice the frame is gorgeous on it.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
We do have a question in our chat. Glasses from Lori. So perfectly done. Was Charlie Kaufman involved? So I don't know. Is that someone you know, Beth?
You almost have to say that one more time. Oh, I see. No. The answer is no, he wasn't, but we'll leave it right there. I'm going to put the but with the but.
Oh, that's the author of Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind and Being John Malkovich.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Don't think I'm smart. It's my son that told me that.
Max is in your ear.
Thank God for Max again.
He has lots of knowledge. He has lots of random knowledge. He really does. I just keep getting like saying the comments I'm seeing. We lost our shit over glue sniffer.
Yeah,
was a really good opener.
I actually had to. So thank you, Ben Davis, for that is an original score, original soundtrack. And he, there was a little beat over glue sniffer, and I had to say, yeah, you got to tone that down because you got to hear the word glue sniffer. So, yeah.
No, it was awesome, and the voice. Oh, I mean, it was genius. I absolutely love it. And just so everybody knows, what are these? What is? It's oil, yes? You only paint in oil?
Yes, everything is oil paintings on wood.
Okay.
People ask why wood. I just like the feel of the words wood surface. But also you have to remember I travel with a metal sculptor who does very sharp, pointy, stabby things.
Right.
So I've had instances where I've had to make some repairs, and you can do it when it hits wood versus a canvas.
Right. Yeah.
So it works all around.
Awesome. Well, we could keep this going for a long time. If you've got more questions for Beth, put them in the Facebook chat, and we can answer them on Facebook. She can answer them online. But someone says, I want so much love, want. So for someone that wants one of these paintings, what should they do?
Like I said, everything is available on my website. When you go to that page, at the top of it says there's a button that says I'm interested in. It will lead you to a page that will contact me.
The button.
Paintings are available. The very first, if you like something, it's based on when I get the email, and you get first refusal. And so I just go through the list.
No.
Then if somebody passes, I go to the second one on the list. But it is based on that initial response to me, and then we work through just where are you? If I can get it to you and deliver it, I'll do that versus shipping. Otherwise, we figure out shipping and do all that fun stuff.
Well, based on these comments that I'm reading, we have them from all the different channels where we're broadcasting. So based on these comments, it's going to be like a game of slapjack over there on Beth's website. So if you want one of those paintings, send her a note ASAP.
Yeah,
So
thanks for the treat, Beth. Thank you so much.
So good. So
my cheeks are hurting from laughing.
Yeah, so good. So let's see what we've got coming up on upcoming. We've got more talented artists coming. So
yikes! Not
our
her.
next episode in 2 weeks is Kina. So we're going to see some of the work that we saw started in her studio tour. So if you haven't watched that, it's available on our YouTube, and you'll get to see where it started, and you'll get to see those pieces complete. And then next up, we have one of our favorite dear friends, Lynn Whipple, who's coming from Winter Park, Florida. What a treat it's going to be. Lynn is absolutely as much fun as these paintings would indicate. So that's October 8th. And then on October 22nd, we have our wonderfully talented husband, John Whipple. I don't know what he's got in store for us. He's a man of many, many talents. He's a painter and a sculptor. So looking forward to seeing what John has for us. And then the following week, November 5th, Helen Gottlieb coming from Michigan. She's a mixed media artist and printmaker. I am honored that my work hangs with Helen's in a lot of collections. So I can't wait to see more about her process. So join us every other Thursday to meet more talented artists from around the country.
Yeah, and we also want to learn about more talented artists. So especially if you're artists working, if you're watching and you're an artist, like let us know some artists we don't know about. Do a shout out for us. Shout out, do it.
Yeah. We'd love to see all these networks connecting, right? So let us know who you know. We should know them too.
Exactly. And then also as we work to get ourselves and other working artists in front of a large audience, there are ways that you can help. Tell your friends. The more the merrier, right? Tell your friends. If you haven't already, subscribe to our YouTube channel and like our page on Facebook. That gives you a heads up on what we have going on, and it increases our visibility. This is, in fact, a low cost. It's a simple way to support and help any artist during this time. If you like what we're doing and you have the ability to help defer some of the costs of producing this show, you can make a donation of any size. We're on Venmo at See Saw Project. Or you can use the link. I think there's going to be a link in the comments that will take you to the donation page. If you have an event, a business, a studio that's interested in sponsoring an episode, please get in touch and we'll let you know the details. Finally, if you have skills you'd like to contribute, Steph made a fantastic cocktail. Audio, visual, tech support. Get in touch. We'd love to explore how we can all work together and kind of build up this page. It's the See Saw Project. You need more than one to make it work.
Okay. Is that it? Thank you, Beth. Thank you so much for that. Really appreciate that. Really appreciate any support for sure. And thank you guys for watching. That means the most.
We've got some other people to thank too, don't we?
Yes. Oh, yes.
So special thanks to Steph Keelan, Heidi Pitre, Sally, Rachel Trout in the Sager Braudis Gallery, Kyle Dahlquist, Mark Winter, and a special thanks to Ben Davis and Here's Ricky for their wonderful help on that video. And as always, Max Crow for making all of this run in the background. Thank you, Max.
And I really want to thank the artists who were in our shout outs, as well as Tom Haney, who allowed us to share his amazing video. Karen Woodward, woohoo, Karen, Steve and Bonnie Harmston, and Kathy Liao. Thank you guys so very much. Really, really appreciate it.
And finally, if you can get a chance, listen to me. I'm just so done, you guys. I'm so tired. Okay, what about us, the hosts? Go check our pages out, bethbojarski.com. Check out Kina Crow's work at kinacrow.com and Chris Dahlquist, chrisdahlquist.com. Yeah, I walked all over that one, but go check it out. We're done with the episode. Woo!
Thanks so much for coming, everyone. It's so fantastic to see everyone. We'll see you in 2 weeks.
Good luck, Kina. Bye, guys.
I'll need it.